see. Said last touch by Chicago.
I think in Hugh Evans you have the top referee, the one referee that every single player would like to see here each game in the finals.
Shandon Anderson, good-looking rookie from the University of Georgia, being guarded by Michael Jordan.
Ron Harper's defense on John Stockton will be critical for the Bulls.
Ulster tag had it knocked away. Jordan to the crossover. Good play by Longley to break up that lead pass attempt. Stockton open. Yes. Utah 4, Chicago 2.
Why would you ever run away from a man with the ball in scoring position, and particularly John Stockton, who is certainly in the zone?
But Chicago's transition defense way out of whack there. The Utah Jazz have got some huge running opportunities.
Look at Stockton again. So quick to the ball, anticipation.
And here comes Russell, then on a switch by Harper.
Get to the hoop here if you're Karl Malone.
Puts the ball on Rodman. And rebounded by Rodman.
A little different attack that time by Rodman. He kept his feet in game 4. He was flopping on that play.
Pippen able to get that dribble alive once again. And lost it. He thought he was fouled. There's Malone with Rodman back.
Numbers defensively for Chicago. Utah needs to play smart here. They're a little overexcited.
Russell for three. And Rodman rebounds and pops it down to Pippen. Dennis Rodman has been hearing it from the crowd reacting to those disparaging remarks concerning Mormons that Rodman made. And his teammates also not happy with the 2 trips that he took to Las Vegas in these 2 off days in between games 4 and 5.
On that last play, Karl Malone had an excellent position on Rodman with him on his back. Just didn't make sure to catch the ball. But at the other end for Chicago, we see Phil Jackson yelling. People are driving to the basket, trying to draw contact and getting some contact, but not getting to the foul line in game 4. Chicago only 5 for 12 from the line.
You can see the crowd reacting. They wanted a technical foul called on Phil Jackson, who was all over the official, Dan Crawford. Way off. Post attack. Able to reach for it. And a foul. Apparently, ball was deflected out of bounds by Chicago. Will be Utah ball.
Well, we see the problems the Chicago Bulls are having offensively. Not enough running opportunities and poor execution in the half court. The result of all those numbers.
Or back to the Phil Jackson altercation with the referee. These referees are going to be extremely patient tonight. Nobody has gone over the edge at all in this series. Veteran players, veteran coaches. These refs are going to let the guys on the court decide it.
Harper was called for that foul.
Again, it all comes from the pass by John Stockton. Malone works so well. Rodman picks up his first foul of the night. But no pressure. You see Harper's arms way down, and when you got that kind of position, there is absolutely nothing Dennis Rodman or anybody else can do against Karl Malone.
But Bill, the careless foul. Clearly Rodman was beaten on the good pass and position from Malone. You might as well just let him go at that point, but just a little nudge in the back certainly wasn't going to affect the shot of Karl Malone.
So now you're going to start saying that Dennis is a disciplined player?
I didn't say that.
Well, you said it was careless. That's
Matt, be very careful of the clever questions. Brian Williams has checked in, replacing Luke Longley. It's Utah 7 and Chicago 2.
Marv, Utah's got the quick start that it needs to keep the crowd into it.
And Michael Jordan able to line drive it home for his second field goal. Jazz up by 3. 5 minutes gone by. Ron Harper playing with that bruised shoulder. Heard him 2 games ago. He's been very quiet offensively, but that time called for the block. And that's a quick 2 on Harper. And a quick timeout being called. talk it over.
Never got a good look at the basket there, and this time coming off under control, getting high in the air once again as Michael trying to find his offense.
But Michael's the only guy doing anything. He's got their only points in the game. Everybody else standing around. Somebody's got to get aggressive. This is an ugly offensive start for Chicago.
But I think they've got to like this tempo. Just as the other game was 78-73 in Game 4, Chicago wants to keep it in the 70s or low 80s.
Stockton got the step. Stockton coming off the brilliant finish on Sunday extends to a 9-4 Utah lead.
Smart play by John Stockton going at Harper with 2 fouls, and he let him go.
Jordan being played by Russell. Harper for 3. Yes. Ron Harper from downtown. It's the Jazz 9 and the Bulls 7.
The Bulls let Stockton get so deep before they really put any sort of body contact on him. Shannon Anderson can't find the range. He's going to have a big offensive game. Anderson and Russell are going to have to drill from outside.
Ryan Williams handling for the first time. Ryan Williams keeping it alive, and he drew the foul.
John Stockton, a big role for Ron Harper is trying to keep him pinned to the sideline and force him to the baseline. He does neither there, as when Harper straightened up, Stockton took advantage of the opportunity to go to the basket.
And if you look at John Stockton, the first 2 games of this series at Chicago, they lost them both. Really wasn't getting it done. But since they've got home to the friendly confines here in Salt Lake City, it's been all John Stockton.
Foul called on Shannon Anderson, putting Brian Williams at the line. Brian Williams has been a major contributor during the course of the playoffs. Now this the normal Jerry Sloan substitution. John Stockton gets the rest just past the midway point of the first quarter. And the 3-year guard from Boston College, Howard Eisley, checks in.
On the last 2 plays, I saw something that I haven't seen very much of throughout this series. Dennis Rodman actually jumped for a rebound, wasn't in traffic at the defensive end, and then at the offensive end, he kept one alive for Brian Williams. That is a good sign for Chicago.
Well, the Jazz up 9-8. Eisley handling against Steve Kerr, who just checked in. Steve Kerr had a long night, actually chasing around John Stockton in his 25 minutes in game number 4.
He's had a long series, Mark. Kerr, an excellent player, just no contributions.
He's kicked ball, and a new 24 will be called. Kerr said after the game Sunday he was so exhausted he could barely see straight. He had spent so much time chasing Stockton around. He said it's not so much his sheer strength as it is the conditioning on the part of John Stockton.
And you should see Stockton work out in the weight room. Now, he's certainly not in Karl Malone's class, but...
Ball knocked away by Malone, but able to recover. And there is the first bucket for Shannon Anderson. The Jazz up by 3.
The initial offense for Utah has been a little shaky, but the scramble plays have worked for them. They've got to tighten it up at the beginning.
Pippen trying to protect it. Ostertag with a good play. And here comes Eisley. Eisley for Malone. Utah by 5.
That's the fast break that they need. Keyed by the defense. Ostertag, the outlet. Lots of guys running. Scotty trying to force here. Draws the foul.
Foul committed by Anderson off that fake.
Ostertag fading away, reaches in with those extremely long arms, gathers the ball up, and then finds Eisley, who bobbles it himself. You got 4 on 2, the spacing, the timing, runners behind the ball, perfect execution, Utah fast break.
Well, that was an opportunity for Dennis Rodman to take a hard foul and make Karl Malone earn them from the line. But at the other end, Chicago's offensive end, we see that effort to force things, trying to go to the basket, trying to draw fouls, not getting whistles at this point.
And Chris Morris has come on for Shannon Anderson. Jordan, he's been off.
That's a force, Marv. 2 guys on you, fading to your left.
Chris Morris just hit the deck, fell down at midcourt. Matchup is Pippen and Morris. Isley, nice move off the dribble to beat Kerr.
The set offense, everything clicking right now for Utah.